changes there if they still want to go for the Turisla first pick. But from the side of Omega, also the exact same.
I feel like if Omega, they ban out, oh, now they ban the Turisla. They're like, yeah, we don't want to use it, but we don't want you guys to use it. The Valentina is open. Minotaur get banned. Again, I saw Synchro play on the Valentina, even though the Minotaur has been banned, so you don't have that big of a priority on the Valentina. It's still an okay pick. If you don't want to pick that up, pick up the Roger. The Roger is so flexible, jungle, goat lane. No matter what, you will have priority. So I feel like Roger first pick should be good here.
Okay, let's see if that comes through. But finally, we do see a change, right, from VSG. And there it is, the Roger. That's why you're an analyst.
Honestly, I've been playing the Fool for so long. People get easily impressed nowadays.
But from Omega, there you go. The Valentina comes through. And what was your other prediction?
Honestly, now that the Valentina has, like, the Julian is still up if you want to take it away from Kyoe. If you don't want it, then you can pick up the Hayabusa. Probably third pick. At this point, you can pick up a Ruby because it's still open. And they ban out the Minotaur, so I don't know. The Ruby seems like a good pick here if you don't want to go for a Julian.
Yeah, it should help them as well, right? If they want to look for control, something that VSG really severely lacked in that previous game. So Ruby is an option. I'm seeing Harith still completely untouched, by the way, for the past 3 games.
Honestly, because Roger does very well against the Harith. What makes Harith strong is the shield. But the Roger demolishes the shield quite fast, and here comes the chip. Looks like they want to show how to use this chip.
Tutor
Chip.
Tutor chip, de.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's like, let's show you the chip tutorial, essentially.
VSG right now, the mid lane is going to be very important because if you pick up, honestly, this is one of those games where the Zas might be okay. Like, the Zas is still open. If Synchro has practice on the Zas, you can pick it up. If not, you need something much more aggressive. They pick up a Grok, which is very aggressive in the early game, especially if the Roger is going to the jungle. Now they just need a strong mid laner here.
That's really good wave clear already as well, right? So
Going for the carry. Immediately showing this Roger is going to the jungle.
So no flex potential whatsoever from the Roger, but even with the Grok pickup already, right? That's already good setup. What I felt was kind of lacking from VSG was mid control, right? If they want to stop Omega from their early rotations, the way that they're so quick to roam around the map and find opportunities around the map, it's mid control. And with the Grok pickup, it does help them in that direction. But of course, that mid laner presence is still going to be important. If they put something in like a Vexana, that would hurt the Valentina in those rotations.
No, I do agree. I definitely do agree, especially with the chip. You have to assume the chip is going to go after your jungler, right? So they're betting out the Zas. Like I said, the Zas is pretty good going up as the lineup that Omega has at this point. And honestly, you called it right. The Vexana should be a consideration as well for Smart Omega to ban out. Now that they have the Harith, it's probably because they see what the lineup is for VSG. They're not too worried about the Ruby. The Harith is going to have an okay time going up against the carry. Carry once has 4 items, can fight against the Harith, but if the Harith gets the Holy Crystal first, then the carry will have a bad time. So it's really about rushing those items for both gold laners here.
So whoever gets most gold, essentially.
If Harith gets Holy Crystal first, Harith wins. If the carry snowballs out of control, gets 4 items first, then the carry wins.
Okay. So again, that mid trio is so important. Just that much more important to help out that gold lane, right? And the Vexana does get banned out here. But remember, if they still want to gain control of the mid lane, they still have Lilia, right? Yeah. Lilia has really good wave clear. Granted, against a Grok, though, will be difficult. But if VSG pick up the Lilia, now that's a mid trio that Omega need to respect.
Yeah, Omega can show their jungler here if they want to be safe. They can show their EXP because honestly, looking at how the matchup has been going, now Ayanami should feel very confident going up against Minan, because Minan at this point, not a lot of good EXP laners are still up here. Ruby is pretty good. We've seen people picking up the Lapu Lapu, not exactly amazing in the patch right now, but definitely usable. They're gonna show up with the Ling, so now it's gonna be much harder for the carry to actually farm up because the Ling is able to put pressure, and it makes it so that the Harith is not super rush building the items. The Harith can join the team fight, second turtle and above, and then the Ling can just farm up as fast as he wants.
And it looks like VSG now are reverting back to their comfort, right? They pick up the Lunox here. It should be in that mid lane, plus that Ruby. So that Ruby does come out, assuming that it's going into the EXP lane.
Yeah, again, the Ruby is very good going up against, honestly, the Ling as well as the Hive, so there is a good chance there. The only thing is you're going to give your I'm Offended to the Valentina, so they can pick off as well. We really, for the composition here coming in from Smart Omega Empress, we really got to look at the chip. How fast does the chip work at giving the ganks over? That can really impact the game, because we saw all it needs is one strong team fight in the early game, and VSG can't fight back.
So they need proper setup now from that EXP lane.
Yeah.
Who would that be?
Honestly,
Is
you
that the
could
only
even
choice?
go. Honestly, you could even go crazy damage by picking out something like a Paquito, if you're feeling like it. Because once the chip opens the portal, you just go in and you just rush into damage.
Is Paquito okay against the Ruby in lane?
It's a skill match.
Oh, it's
the Barat.
Barat.
Not gonna lie.
For sustain, for a frontliner.
Not gonna lie. Forgot that hero existed.
Me too. It's been a while, but welcome back, buddy. Welcome back into the land of dawn. But there it is. Any final thoughts you want to say before we head over to the casters?
The draft here is pretty skibbity.
Pretty skibbity. And it's pretty skibbity that we are at match point, ladies and gentlemen. If Smart Omega can pick up this next game, they will be moving forward to meet Vitality in the grand finals. And with that, we're throwing it over to our casters. Take it away.
I couldn't have said it better myself, Eterna. If Omega Empress win this one right here, they will move forward into the grand finals, but VSG never goes down easy. It's Trex and Naisu here for the third game of this best of 5. How we feeling, Naisu? Could be the last game in this series. Can VSG pull it together and take one down?
Oh man, you know, I think going off the last 2 games, they have to do so much different here in game 3. Even with the lineup that they have, I think if you look at the previous 2 games where their weak points was the early game, they need to somehow get the momentum in their favor early on, especially when you're going against this kind of lineup. Look at this already, Gailey. She's been through this so often. She is going to survive, though. But that's what I'm wondering, because you're going against a Ling, and anytime, obviously, that Ling is going to be there, you want to be able to also transition to choking out the resources to taking these purple buffs. So for VSG, part of the game plan is that, but how do they do that? They need to get the snowball going in their favor, and this is good. I mean, at least KOA does have the jungle Roger, which has been shown to actually do pretty well against other assassins in the jungle.
Yeah, definitely can do well, and I mean, time and time again, VSG has had some answers to Smart Omega Empress's draft, and at this point, I can say, yeah, the Lunox can brilliance away from the Tempest of Blades, can be in some safe positions. A lot of the heroes have some answers, but what it's really going to come down to, as it has come down to in the past 2 games, is Victory Song Gamers just needs to step it up a notch, right? They need to put their foot on the gas, and it looks like it could be what they're trying to do here. Let's see if they can pull something off.
Not Ayanami. Again, I like that the experts mentioned this. You know, you don't see the Barretts too often anymore. For the longest time, it was just a mainstay in the jungle. But now it's, you know, if it pops up in the side lane, especially the XP lane, it might work out. But still, part of that, too, is just that CC immunity is actually going to be able to help them with the lineup that they're up against from VSG. 2 Purifies as well. Now in the mid lane, though, this is already the focus. Crash Course, Tempest of Blades to follow up. Gailey in trouble. Again, it's first blood for Keshi. And they'll go ahead and take that as a sign to go start this turtle up.
Yeah, I don't know if it was the coach's decision. I don't know if Smart Omega Empress, but I just feel like before they came out onto the stage today, the plan was we target Gailey.
Yeah,
we make her
so,
public enemy #1, and we get as many kills as we can on her as many times as possible within the first few minutes, because every time Gailey's just been getting picked on. Murray, though.
Murray's going to be picked on this time as KOA picks up the kill. And so the good answer, good response here. Is it enough to start? Also, Shinoa could be in trouble. The flick of 4 from Rhea, and one hit won't be enough. Able to get away with her life there, Shinoa, with that little bit of shield also. She popped the Purified. Neither team able to get the turtle in all this chaos.
All right, we're 3 minutes in. Turtle hasn't been taken yet. It's a rare sight right now. Both gold laners forced to go back. But we're starting to see VSG maybe push the envelope here, and that might be the only option. You got to just start flipping the coin a bit on these fights. A lot of the meta right now is who can catch the aggressive side first, who can get that big gold lead. And VSG knows that Smart Omega is going to try to do that continuously. And I think VSG is now just acknowledge the fact that we can't just play for late game, right? We're not gonna make it to late game. Up at the top side though.
Oh, but the late game here, it could be harder to get to if that happens. Rian goes down, but this might be a trade. QA will be able to get the turtle, and now they're gonna find it out. Shortcut was dropped in too. They have to win this fight. Murray in trouble. She's one hit away, but they're gonna get crashed down. Daytona's welcome finds Gailey. Midden falls, and they go back in. They re-engage. 2 fall for VSG. Good usage of the shortcut there, and Smart Omega Empress makes a play up top, and they swing back down to pick up a kill near the turtle.
That's why the chip is still banned out right there, because for a second, VSG almost made it an equal trade. They traded a gold laner for a turtle, which in my mind is not equal. If they would have got the kill on Mira there or anything else, it would have swung in their favor, but everyone shows up, and then it just turns into a big punch in the face.
I was going to say a cluster at this point, because, I mean, think about it, Trex. How does that feel? You see the Ling is up top. You already know Ling can go ahead and make, transverse
Feels like I'm
across
good.
the map.
I'm safe.
Yeah, but then
I'm okay.
a shortcut comes in.
And you got this hero that can just teleport people. Pull up. They pulled up.
They literally did. They pulled up right now. Wild charge going to be used, of course, from Gailey. Trying to make a play here on the top side. Rest of the team also making their way up. Not sure if they still follow through. They get the brilliance out. The damage from Omge, though, has to be respected as well. Neither team able to pick up a kill.
All right, VSG. It's time to sing the song. It's time to do something here, because we're already 3,000 goal behind.
Oh, goes in. Flicker. Daytona's welcome into the wall. Synchro just gets picked off like that. It was supposed to be Gailey. She gets out with her life, but Synchro doesn't. Smart Omega Empress once again with the decisive plays here, really following up. I mean, think about it. Not Ayanami rotated all the way up there to the mid lane. She's already got the Thunderbelt.
Already got the Thunderbelt. Going to start getting some stacks in, but wait a second. A little bit of engage on to not Ayami.
Wild charge going to be used. They have the damage available. Keshi there on the backside jumps in. Minon has to get back to the turret. Tempest Blade's going to be used as well. They fight under the turret. Keshi will go down as Rian picks up the kill. In return, they're looking for more. Murray could be in trouble. Guardian's Bear going to be used. There's the brilliance, but they couldn't pick up Murray just yet. They'll be happy with the 1 kill for now. Shinoa waits in the bush. On this Harith, pops the Zaman Force, bobs and weaves with the Synchro Vision, keeps him off the turtle here. They can't take it on just yet. The rest of Smart Omega Empress will join up. So still the objective for the taking.
Okay, but that's honestly, whether it's chaotic or not, at this point, that's the 50-50 that VSG has to go for. Those are the coin flips they have to take at this point. It's match point. They already know they're not going to win through the safe game. They need to see if they can push Smart Omega Empresses to the overheating point. See if they can force them to make some mistakes. Rion seems to be comfortable finally. Seems to be online. Killway has a kill in the book as well. And with Keshi down a kill, it's, there's some opportunity for Victory Sun Gamers to maybe secure some objectives here.
So they're going to go ahead and try it. Purple buff still being worked on, so they just give a huge go on this, and Killway will be able to get it. And now they're going to join the fight. Amore holding on to the wild charge. Shortcut already dropped under the Zaman Force again. Tempest Blade's going to be used as well. She tries to get away, but Gailey going to be one to fall. And in the exchange, only 1 down. Minon, though, going to be possibly the next target. Here comes Keshi. Here comes the squad. And they pick up a 2nd kill.
Squad pulls up like skirt. Skirt, skirt. That's 2 turtles. I mean, Victory Sun Gamers are staying in this a little bit, right? You get the 2 turtles. Imagine if they didn't get those 2 turtles. This 3K gold lead would be 4, maybe even 5.
Yeah, actually,
it would be really escaping from them. So Victory Sun Gamers are finding something in the chaos. I think this is a little better than previous games, but it's still, it could get bad fast. If any of these 1 or 2 man wipes turn into a 4 or 5 man, it could just be a wrap. We saw earlier in the items that Keshi had the Berserker's Fury on. That damage is just going to start getting bigger and bigger once another item locks in. Already has another item locks in. Haas Claws for a little bit of sustainability. And then next, what is that? Endless Battle is going to come in next. Just for good measure, and at that point, it's going to get bad. And in the beginning, Killway kind of had the lead, but now we're falling behind almost 1,400 gold. Killway does go for the War Axe, which I like this build format. It's a little more sustainable. It's maybe not as quick moving, but she picks up the Quantum Charge emblem to make up for that.
Daytona's welcome to look at this. Killway's going to be the target. Can't get away, even with a little bit more durability as she falls there. Now the eyes set here on this bottom side this tier 2 turret, Smart Omega Empress make a play. And you know, we sleep on the Barrett's pick right now with the current meta, but it's still good. Now on the top side, Murray gonna jump in with the crash course. Wild charge is there, but here's Keshi plus the whole team. They find a kill on Rian, and then Gailey's gonna be next. Keshi tries to jump in it. She will pick up the kill and clean things up.
I thought Jushin was a broken hero, but Chip just reminds me of why he needs to stay on that ban list in the right hands. He reminds me of why it's just insane. And sometimes you would think that, well, sometimes Chip with an assassin like Ling might not be the best because it's hard to capitalize off of it. No. Ling just pops out of that portal with the Tempest of Blades ready to go.
Yeah.
Rian's instantly deleted. Killway got, I mean, it just makes it even harder for VSG to keep up with them. The pacing was already fast enough from Smart Omega Empress. Now they're just breaking the speedometer.
Yeah, at that point, you know, you break the speedometer because you're time traveling. You're going through a portal. You know, I'm sure you've seen Portal.
Portal, yeah.
How it works.
I was always bad at it.
You just show up, and that's hard to play against. And even with that said, Trex, like teams still have to find ways to make the chip work. It's not as easy as just dropping the shortcut. I mean, you know, It is very strong, but we have seen teams not make chip work. But more often than not, he's actually still just a very strong pickup that brings a ton of utility to the team. And that's what they're going to have to deal with. Holy Crystal locked in before this base siege from Shinoa. Lord working on this bottom turret. Shield's already going to be popped here. Still might press the situation. 3 down for VSG. Triple for Shinoa. She's on fire. Can they end the game here? Synchro, she's the next target.
Whoa!
Oh.
Whoa!
All right.
Whoa!
Well, you know.
Yeah, I know. Look at the crowd right now. Let's put our hands together right now because this could be it. VSG. Let's take a second to absorb all of this, I guess.
Yeah, at that point, I mean, you know, I'm pretty.
What happens next?
I don't know. I think, you know, we are going to have a Kit Kat.
Technical break. Yeah, that's actually.
You got a Kit Kat?
I do. I have a couple of them. They have some really good Kit Kats here. They have like a hazelnut. They have a raspberry one.
I haven't tried that one.
Leo had it. He always finds the good ones. He takes them all out of the basket and then doesn't share with
No
them.
wonder I haven't seen any.
Yeah.
You mentioned Leo's name.
Yeah, he takes them all.
He takes them all.
Takes them all. And he brings them back to his room. Don't tell anybody.
Yeah. You know, while they get things figured out here, I don't know. I actually don't know if by the time we get back.
Phone crashed.
Phone crashed.
Phone crashed. And not like crashed on the ground, like the whole phone crashed, like the game crashed.
Okay.
That was a hot game.
Yeah, it was. I don't know,
It's moving
man.
too fast. They broke the speedometer. They broke the phone.
Look, there's only, I mean, yeah, at this point, when they were locking on that base, I think even when we get this situated and we get back, it might be that same ending. But still, we can talk about the fact that it was just, even in this game 3, the way that they utilized the lineup that they had here for Smart Omega Empress, man, was just, it's now 3 games in a row. It's game 1 to game 3 where it was just on point. Any draft that they brought to the table here.
Yeah, I mean, overall, Smart Omega Empress feel ready for the grand finals. I think if there's a team right now that's going to give a good fight over to Vitality, they are definitely the ones. And here we go, back into the game. Wait, nope, replay.
Oh,
Was it Kiyoway's phone that crashed?
I guess so, yeah.
Or if that was her dying. That might have been her dying face. We've seen a lot of those faces.
We have,
Did you see Ashley's her dying face yesterday?
We have. You know, obviously for these two, like, emotions are going to be high. And it was either way, like, when you really break it down, this game number 3, it's a tough game to be in if you're VSG and you're rooting for them, of course, because just where was that opportunity for them to turn things around? You know what I mean? At that point, especially when they were in the defense of the base, it's like the Lord is there. They haven't had an answer, by the way, for Keshi on this lane.
No, and I don't think there is one. I think I think they came in well, but at this point, it's, I think the movements, like we said, the whole game, Smart Omega Empress has been in full gear, moving at full speed. In this game, you add a Ling and a Chip into the mix of that, and now you're even faster. And one of the great things that we've seen from Smart Omega Empress is, you mentioned it, not everyone can use the Chip to its maximum capabilities. A lot of teams have trouble making it work completely, and they did it to a perfection. Now, let's look at the Filipino support out there.
Yeah,
I bet that little kid is great. I bet that little kid is mythic. That's what I hear. Over there, they got him. They're mythic by 5, man.
You know what? You start them young.
That's what I'm gonna do with my daughter. I'm gonna. Hey, 3.5. She's gonna be playing, but before 4.
So what would that be? That would be the MWI probably in, I don't know,
15 years, maybe earlier if I'm nice.
Maybe earlier. Hey, some of the players.
The goal is just be better than Nicolette, Ashley, and the girls. Be the new NA queen. Or maybe I'll just ship her. She could go live with you in the Philippines. You could train her.
Permanent boot camp.
Permanent boot camp.
Go live there with Naisu and the rest.
I could convince Mama Rex of that.
Yeah.
It's private school, quote unquote.
Well, if you at this point, you've seen what they can accomplish here for MWI.
Hey.
Yeah, hello. Obviously, this is for the situation too for VSG. I'm not really sure, even when you go back to this, like when you jump back into the game, like I said, is it already over? Because by the way that the base was looking, man, it wasn't looking good.
That's why we're talking about Kit Kats and stuff.
I wish your daughter the best of luck in the future MWI.
In the future MWI, yeah. For sure. We'll see. Shout out to all the people in the stands right now. We had a great turnout earlier with the Falcons, and we were wondering how the turnouts are going to continue to be, and it seems like there is still support at EWC for these women's teams. And not to mention, we've had some great viewage. We broke 200K PCU. We broke last at MWI's PCU, right?
Yeah, so far.
So
who knows what the grand final's going to be?
It's going to be big.
Hey, this is, by the way, if either of these teams, because we don't know exactly the result just yet, but if either of these teams have made it to the grand final, that's history, right? Because it's always, in the history of MWIs, it's always been Indonesia versus Indonesia.
But this time,
it's different.
It's going to be big diffs. Will it make a diff? Will it make a difference? If, of course, if Smart Omega Empress gets to the finals, you're going to be on that series.
I am.
Casting that series.
And
Mr.
My partner.
Oh, your Indonesian counterpart. What's his name again? I'm a big fan. Mirko. Some people say I sound just like him.
Yeah?
Yeah.
So you sound like Gideon too?
No, I don't sound like Gideon. Gideon's too tall.
You're tall.
Yeah, but our vocal cords are different lengths. It's a little different. Looks like everyone's still trying to figure things out. We're staying on the technical break for a little bit longer. We're getting everything, making sure everyone's going to play to their competitive fairness. And yeah,
integrity.
Just for integrity, that's the word. Integrity.
Again, it's just this situation where you have to find out exactly what happened, too. And at the same time, if that was a problem, obviously, with Kiowa here, you have to kind of look back and see what could have changed there throughout that game. Overall, though, I'm still going to say, it's looking really good for Smart Omega Empress. Even the way that they've played throughout the series, it seems like that whole curse of the first game has been broken, and they've managed to get themselves up to this point where they're just playing at the top of the game. And I think if it is them that's going forward here, they're in a great position to contest the team that has the streak team vitality since
Queens.
2021, man.
The undeniable Queens. And I think since Smart Omega Empress is a team that just revs up more and gets faster and faster, it could actually maybe work in their favor to be doing these back-to-back series, right? It could work in their favor to be running these 3 games, be catching the momentum, and then jump right into this next one. Because sometimes that can work against the team, right? You get a little tired, but I feel like a team like Smart Omega Empress, they're going to be in full gear. All right, guys, we're going to be figuring everything out. Make this technical break just a little bit longer, and we will see you guys soon. We're going to toss to a break, so go grab yourself a Kit Kat.
Hey guys, welcome back from that short break and back to the studio here for MWI x EWC 2024. We are still waiting for some confirmation for the final game, for the third game, possibly final game. And, you know, LaFell, what do we think about this game so far?
Honestly, I kind of feel like when we're coming back, we're just gonna see the ending because it's only the Lunox versus everyone from Smart Mega Empress. So I don't know how that is really gonna work out for VSG. We're gonna look at some highlights here, and looking at how the entire game has been going, it's really all about pickoffs coming in from Smart Mega Empress, where honestly I will show a little bit later when the casters were talking about how looks like their game plan is shutting down Gaily. And honestly, I'm gonna show that a little bit later. But yeah, this is the game plan coming in from Smart Mega Empress that I feel like Team Vitality should be looking out for.
Can I comment on that real quick though?
Sure, go ahead.
So I had a chance to interview Gail earlier on, right? And then she mentioned that this was kind of a revenge match for her.
Yeah.
Because previously she was in Onyx Zoal, and it was Smart Omega Empress that knocked her out at MWI last year. So maybe that touch into revenge for Omega Empress is like, okay, you want revenge? Okay, we'll take you up before you even get it.
Yeah, because let me just say, they know where she is, no matter what time it is in the game. and that's the reason why they can pick her off, because there's a new meta rotation, right? A new way to play the macro game. So Smart Mega Empress, they call it audible. They're like, okay, let's switch it up. We know where she's gonna be at the 2 minute of the game. So instead of going for the meta play, we go for her. Again, I'm gonna show a little bit later, but essentially is you always have options in the game. You wanna do the new best thing or go back to what worked previous patches before that could potentially counter what people are doing today. And that's what Smart Mega Empress did. It's like, you know what? It happened before, so let's just do it today.
I have a question though. Are you hearing something?
I think you need meds for that.
No, I feel like I'm hearing some. Oh, there's.
Oh. Whoa, we're in the floor.
Yeah, you guys are on the
I was
floor.
hearing scratching. There it is.
I hope I'm not being disrespectful by standing on you.
No, you can step on Trex all you want.
Okay,
Yeah, you
well,
can, LaFell, anytime.
that's
A turn a step on my. Hey, get
That's
that
a bit
out of
much.
here.
There- wait, where are you, LaFell? There.
look. I'm being nice. I'm not. No, just stop moving your head. Stop. I'll move to you.
A turn
Okay,
up.
there you go. See, this is how cooperation works. How do you guys feel about the game? Do you guys feel like it's over? I feel like it's over.
Yeah, I mean,
Sure.
at that point, man, you guys saw it. Like you said, it was only a Lunox pretty much left to defend. And I don't know, like, even if you had let's say we jump back in and they were all there, we're talking about a huge gap power-wise in favor of Smart Mega Empress.
Wait, where'd they go?
Hey, man, where'd you guys go?
Where did you guys
Where
go?
did you guys go?
What?
Send it
Oh,
back.
there you are.
We got monitors. Look at it.
They weren't on the floor, so I was wondering where they were. Turns out they transferred. Oh, now they're gone again. I'm so sad all the time. But
Casters,
it looks
I
like that
apologize.
game is going to be starting now, so we're going to throw it back to our casters.
The game is ending.
There we go! Smart Mega Empress does it.
They definitely do. Today, the plug was pulled on the Song of Victory. And you know what they're saying?
What are
you know,
they saying?
You know what Empress is saying?
What are they saying?
Piñas. Lang.
Wow.
Yeah.